In this unit, we're going to learn how to make pop art portraits in the style of Andy Warhol. You've already read about Andy Warhol on the Tate website. It talks about how his art was influenced by consumer culture and popular culture and events of the time. The artwork that we're going to look at here is this famous portrait of Marilyn Monroe. It's called Shot Marilyns. And there's a lot of repetition with the 4 repeating Marilyns. There are super bright colors, a posterized effect where everything is very bold and high contrast. So we're going to talk about how to do all of that online. First thing you need to do is find your person online that you would like to use. And we need to make sure that we have a good high quality image. If you kind of hover over the image, when you click it, it'll tell you how many pixels. And you can see there, mine wasn't big enough, so I dragged and dropped it. And now I'm kind of hovering over each of these individual images, looking to see how many. None of these are big enough, unfortunately. I need my picture to be at least 750 by 750 pixels. And these are all about 500 or 300. So I'm just gonna keep looking. If you don't have enough pixels, your picture is going to be really, quote, pixelated or low resolution. So here I found one that's finally big enough. I'm going to save it from here. I really like the background on this image. Next, I'm going to go to photopea.com. And I'm going to do new project. For my size, I'm going to make the width 3000 pixels and then the height 4000 pixels. And I will change my DPI or dots per inch to 150 so that when I post my pictures of Frida into there later, it won't shrink it down or lose quality. So this will be my background that I post all of the pictures into. Now I need to do File Open and open my image of Frida. So there she is. I'm going to crop her using the crop tool over here on the left. You can see my mouse is hovering over it. And I just want to do like head and shoulders, kind of like a bust. I don't need this whole picture. I want to zoom in. So now I'm going to check my image size here. See, it's still plenty big, so that's good. You can do image up at the top toolbar, image size. To check that, to zoom in, you hit Control+ on your keyboard. And now I'm going to do image adjustment, black and white. And just say OK. Then image adjustment levels. Here, if I drag this over, it increases the highlights. If I drag that little black square, it's the shadows, and this, okay, white is highlights, black is shadows, and the gray is the midtones. So I'm trying to go for like 3 values here. I want to simplify this a lot. And then once I have it the way I want, I'll go image adjustment, posterize. And you can drag that bar to change how much, but I think that looks perfect actually. And then image adjustment color balance. So here I'm going to add some color back into it. You can't do it with hue and saturation over a black and white image. You need to do color balance. And you can drag these little bars around. When you get it a certain way, say OK. Now I'm going to use, if I hover over here, nope, down, the paint bucket tool actually. And I'm going to drop some colors in to make this look more like a pop art screen print. And a little peach. Maybe I'll do a different color for the background. Nice little mint green. Yeah, I like that. Just click in these little areas. If you ever mess up and click in the wrong space too, you can do edit, undo. Okay, now I feel like I need a different color. Maybe her necklace or shirt. So there we go. A little orange. Oh. Edit, undo. Okay, I could put some on her necklace. Nope. Because that's connected the way we posterized it. You can do Control Plus again to zoom in, and now I can get more detail. I'm just gonna leave that top of the necklace though, but maybe the chain would look nice. Ooh, maybe some eyeshadow. And maybe her lips could have some red. Yeah, I like that. I kind of wish I had done something else with the flowers, but I'm just gonna leave it for the purpose of this demo. Okay, now you're gonna use this little dotted line rectangular marquee tool. Select your whole thing and hit Control C. Now up at the top toolbar you can see where your two images are, and then here I'm gonna hit Control V to paste. Okay, it's really small, so I will go Edit, Free Transform, and hit Scale, and then hold Shift. You have to hold Shift, otherwise it's gonna wonk her proportions. You scale it up to the size you want, and once it's the size that you want it, you can hit Enter. So it looks like I need to go a little bit bigger here if I'm gonna fit 4. Okay, and now I'll go back here, and now it gets super easy. You're just gonna go Image, Adjustment, Hue and Saturation. And change the hue. And then it's already selected, so you can just copy, Control C, paste, Control V, edit, transform, scale, hold Shift as you scale up, and hit Enter when it's the size that you want. All right, again, image adjustment, hue and saturation. Maybe I up the saturation too this time. Maybe more. All right, Control C, Control V, transform, scale. It's hard to get it just right. And now, watching this after I've done it, I wish that I would have put the other pink one at the bottom, or maybe diagonally from that, because I have two pinks next to each other, but it's okay. All right, final time. You know the steps by now. Like that. Okay, don't mess with lightness, that just looks weird. Okay, and now that I notice everything is lining up except for the blue one is not. So you have to go over here to the right, find that layer, click on it, and then you can transform the blue back down to a little slightly smaller scale. Again, on the right side is the tools, or the layers, where we've made these individual pictures. So if I want to adjust anything, I need to make sure that that layer is highlighted the way that the blue one currently is on the right. And then you can crop it, get rid of this extra white, hit Enter when you're ready, and now it's time to save. So you want to save this if you're still working. Say, I went pretty quickly, but say after one day you're not done. You want to do File, Save as PSD, and that will maintain those layers, this individual Fridas or whoever you do, so that you can still work on them. But if you're completely done, I want you to hit Export as JPEG, because again, that's the most commonly used type of image format. You can send it to the printer, you can send it to someone's phone, you can open it and all things. The PSD is actually a Photoshop document, and you can only open it in Photoshop or certain programs like this. So after you've saved it, again, make sure you pull your quality all the way up and turn it in on Canvas. Let me know if you have any questions.